Hey, Writing One, welcome to week 4 of e-learning. That is super exciting. Can you believe it? Week 4. Okay. So if you have not heard, I would suggest that you go and watch my Monday, April 20th daily update so you can get up to date on what's happening with e-learning for the rest of the year and all that information. I have all of that information for you on that video, so make sure you go and watch it. Also, to give you a heads up, progress reports are coming out this Friday. Yep, that's right, this Friday. So that means that if you have any outstanding work, not just in my class, but in all your classes, you need to get it done, and you need to get it done like now. So that being said, I've actually allowed you guys to use this week as catch-up week. So if you have outstanding assignments, and some of y'all do, then this is the week to catch up. So if you have maybe done one common lit and you know that there's a whole lot more, there's actually a total of 4 common lit articles you should have read and done the assignments for. So if you have not done that, it's time to catch up. Some of you guys have done all the common lit, but you never submitted the paper that I asked you guys to do a couple of weeks ago. That would be a good time to do this now. Some of you guys have done all of the work. And by the way, you guys are awesome, and bonus points to you. Believe me, your grades will reflect the fact that you are keeping on top of things and you are doing your work and you are keeping updated. So don't worry about that. Like, you're doing good. So if you are all caught up, enjoy the week. You know what I'm saying? Work on some other work. I'm sure there's other work to do, guys. If you are not and you are really behind, this is the week to catch up, okay? Before we dive into the last stretch before the end of the year, you don't want to let all of that pile up. You really don't want to let that pile up. So make sure that you are finishing up all of your work. So like I said, there are 4 common lit articles so to catch up on. All of those come with quizzes and short answer things, and one of them comes with a paper to write. So make sure that you have submitted all of that, and that paper has to come back to me. So you need to go back and do it on Etsy. So if you're like, Ms. Smith, I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, so here's what you're going to do is you are going to watch the previous assignments, the previous week's assignments, so you make sure you're caught up. You're going to go on to Clever, log in through Clever, and go in and do all your common lit work that has been previously assigned. I can guarantee you will come up going, hey, you have this due. Go ahead and do that. Make sure you log on to Etsy. Look at all the assignments that I have posted in my class, for example, that have, you know, different work. And if you do not you've not submitted anything, you're gonna be behind. Okay, so make sure that you've submitted your stuff. Okay, if you have submitted and you're doing this, great. I'm going to be working on grades all this week, so progressively things will start being put in there, so you're going to start seeing your grades go up or down or whatever. Okay, so just make sure you get your stuff in as soon as possible. Like I said, progress reports are coming out on Friday, which means that the earlier you get it done, the better your grades are going to look when your parents open them up on Friday morning, because you'll probably get a call from the school saying, hey, by the way, progress reports are available today. You want to make sure that they look good when your parents log on to Etsy to pull them up. So make sure you get all of that done. So that's just a huge heads up. If you are wondering, there is no Zoom class meeting this week, but I have a previous obligation with another class, so we're doing a virtual convention, and it takes place over all of the Zoom meeting times. So don't worry about that. But there are other things to do in order to boost those grades. Watch my daily update videos, comment on the trivia. That is a really easy way to earn points, okay? So make sure you're watching all the videos that I put up. I put a lot of time and effort into them. Make sure you're doing all the work. Make sure you get all that done. I'm telling you right now, I'm trying to make it super easy for you guys. Watch videos, comment on the videos. You do that anyway, guys. And then do the work. Seriously, just do the work. I promise you, you can pass this class if you just do the work. So I just want you to know, by the way, I'm loving reading your short answers coming on Common Lit. You guys have some really great things to say, and I really miss actually being in class to be able to communicate with you. So just so you know, generally when you do a short answer, I do try to respond back. So make sure you check my responses back. just to keep up the conversation. So just to think about it. A lot of it is like in response, you said something amazing, or you pointed out something and I'm like, okay, that's really cool. So I'd like to know, more about that. So I want you to use it as like what's called critical analysis. So it basically means I want you to think about that point that you made, and I want you to think about it from a lot of different angles, and then like apply it to you. Like, what does that mean to you? So critical analysis is a really key thing that they do in education, and it's something that they want you to do when they want you to think about subject from like a lot of different angles. So think about this. You're watching, like, say, your favorite movie, maybe it's like an action movie or a comedy or something like that, and say like it's a big battle sequence in like one of the Avenger movies or something, right? So when they do critical analysis, they'll talk about like, what if this happened, and proposing like, how this person came in for a battle, or what if the timing was different. And it's a lot of things is posing that critical analysis basically thinks about, well, how did this person's actions affect this person's actions? And even though, yeah, we saw it cool and in the battle, and we were all absorbed in the entertainment of it, but the fact is that with critical analysis, you start thinking about the whole scene, the whole sequence of events, the whole thing that happened that led up to that point of the battle, and then the fallout and the ramifications, everything that happens as a result of the battle. And then thinking about the battle from different angles. Like, what if we were, on Thanos' side, rather than being on the Avengers side? What are some of the things that like make his arguments valid? Or are you on the side where none of his arguments are valid? So that's, again, this is really intelligent thinking, and I'm trying to set you up for education beyond 9th grade. So again, a brief moment of trying to be smart and intellectual right there. But I want you guys to start thinking, because in your future classes, your teachers are going to start asking you to start thinking bigger than what's right on the page. That's what's right in front of you. So when you take some of the tests in later grades, they're going to ask you to think bigger. They're going to ask you to think beyond just the words that you read and the words on the paper. So that's part of what I'm trying to set you up for. So I want you to start thinking bigger. I want you to start thinking beyond. Some of you guys are already doing that, and bravo. And some of you guys are kind of going, Miss Smith, I'm lost. That's totally okay. It's part of education. We all learn together, okay, guys? So that's kind of what I want you, I kind of went off a little bit there, but I want you guys to think about that as you're doing your work. Think about the themes that I've given you guys: failure, regrets, dreams, generosity, community. I want you to think about what that means, and I want you to think about why do you think I chose those themes right now with what we're going through? Okay, why do you think that I mean, I didn't just choose them at random. I didn't just close my eyes and go, okay, I'm gonna pick that one. No, I actually intended those themes and those stories to mean something. So I want you to start thinking about it, kind of go beyond, because just in a few weeks, you guys will no longer be freshmen anymore. So once you think a little bit older, think about kind of going, there's more to it than just the words on the page. Okay, so I want you to start thinking like sophomores. You're almost ready to be sophomores, so I want you to start thinking like sophomores now, okay, guys? So, by the way, that's exciting. You're almost sophomores. If you can pass these classes, turn in your assignments, guys. All right, so again, if you're lost and you have no idea what I'm talking about, there's gonna be a little box that comes right up here, and it'll have all of the previous assignments, all the previous weeks. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, or you're totally behind, or you wanna go back and revisit them, please click that box. If you have any questions, comment below. Edsby message. Have a great week, guys. Miss you. Bye.